Gift Okafor was born into wealth, pampered beyond measure. She had maids to cook, wash, and clean for her, a driver to take her wherever she pleased, and parents who shielded her from life's harsh realities. She never knew struggle until life decided to teach her a painful lesson. When she fell in love at university, her world turned upside down. The man she adored rejected her, exposing her weaknesses. A second chance at love came through Fred, but her pampered nature pushed him away. When Fred left her for another woman, she faced a terrifying reality. She had no life skills, no independence, and no one to lean on. This is the journey of a spoiled princess who fell from grace, lost everything, and clawed her way back to become the woman she was meant to be. Gift Okafor was the pride of her wealthy parents, Chief and Madam Okafor. Their mansion, a towering estate in the heart of Lagos, was filled with servants catering to their every need. Gift, their only daughter, was the most pampered of all. She never had to lift a finger. From childhood, she was waited upon. Her clothes were picked out, her food was prepared exactly to her liking, and her school assignments were completed by tutors. "Our daughter must never struggle," her father often said. "She is born to enjoy life." But life had its own plans. One evening, as she watched her maids scramble around to serve dinner, she heard laughter outside. Peering through the window, she saw neighborhood children playing and running, their clothes dusty, but their faces glowing with joy. She couldn't understand it. Why were they so happy doing things she considered exhausting? She shrugged it off and returned to her luxurious dinner. She had no idea that life was waiting to teach her a lesson. Gift's life followed a simple pattern. Wake up, get dressed by her maids, have breakfast served, go to school in a chauffeured car, return home and relax while others did everything for her. Even in school, she never truly worked. Her parents bribed teachers, and tutors were hired to ensure she never had to struggle academically. Despite her privilege, she never realized how dependent she was. One morning, her driver was running late. Furious, she stormed outside. "Where is he?" she fumed. "He had an emergency," a maid explained. Gift scoffed. "Then who will take me to school?" Her mother, overhearing, chuckled. "Darling, why are you worried? You don't have to step out today. Just stay home." Gift smiled. She never knew that other children had to walk miles to school. She never imagined a day when she would have no one to rely on but herself. When Gift got admitted to the university, she was excited. It wasn't just about education, it was an extension of her lavish life. Her parents got her an expensive off-campus apartment and hired a housekeeper. She expected everything to be the same. She was wrong. At university, people weren't impressed by wealth alone. Students cooked their own meals, did their own laundry, and managed their own schedules. Gift, however, continued as before. She avoided the campus hostels, refused to do any house chores, and relied on takeouts. Her friends were amused. "Gift, you don't even know how to boil water?" one of them teased. "Why should I?" she replied arrogantly. But reality was creeping up on her. And when she fell in love, she finally realized how different she was. Gift met Alex at a student leadership seminar. He was handsome, brilliant, and different from the guys who only cared about looks. She was smitten. She did everything to get his attention, dressed elegantly, attended his favorite study groups, even tried to impress him with her wealth. But Alex wasn't interested. It wasn't just about the money. He had observed her. She was lazy, spoiled, and completely helpless. One day, after she asked him to order food for her because she didn't know how to, he shook his head. "You're beautiful, Gift, but you're not what I need in a woman." It felt like a slap. She had never been rejected before. For the first time in her life, she questioned herself. Gift was humiliated. How could Alex reject her? She was from a rich home, while he came from a humble background. Shouldn't he have been honored by her attention? But deep down, she knew he was right. Her life was built on dependency. She tried to prove him wrong. She attempted to cook for the first time. But the moment she touched raw chicken, she screamed and called her maid. She tried doing her laundry but ended up crying over soap stains. Her friends laughed at her attempts. "Just accept it, Gift. You're not built for this life." Defeated, she gave up. And then she met Fred. Fred was charming, confident, and knew how to make a woman feel special. Unlike Alex, he didn't mind her pampered nature, at least not at first. He flattered her, bought her expensive gifts, and promised her a future where she wouldn't have to lift a finger. Gift felt wanted again. She convinced herself that Alex was wrong, that she didn't need to change. And when Fred proposed, she eagerly said yes. She had no idea she was walking into a storm. At first, Fred seemed like the perfect husband. He catered to her whims, indulged her laziness, and even hired extra help to ensure she remained comfortable. But slowly, things changed. One day, Fred came home late and exhausted. He asked Gift to serve him food. She scoffed. "Isn't that why we have maids?" Fred stared at her, disappointed. "You're my wife, Gift. Can't you do this one thing for me?" She laughed. "Fred, I don't even know how." It was the first crack in their marriage, and soon, those cracks became unfixable. Fred's frustration with Gift grew each day. At first, it was little things. His disappointment when she refused to cook, his annoyance when she spent recklessly. But soon, small cracks became deep wounds. One evening, Fred returned home drenched in sweat after a long day at work. "Gift, can you get me a glass of water?" he asked, collapsing on the couch. Gift looked at him like he had just spoken in a foreign language. "Water?" she scoffed. "There's a maid for that." Fred's jaw clenched. "But you're right next to the fridge." "And? That's what we pay them for," she said, flipping through her phone. That night, Fred slept on the far edge of the bed, and something inside him shifted. Days turned into weeks and the tension between them grew. Fred no longer looked at Gift the same way. She noticed it. He spoke less, came home later, and seemed distracted. "Are you seeing someone else?" she finally asked. Fred sighed. "Gift, I married a wife, not a child. I need a partner, not someone I have to babysit." The words stung. She wanted to argue, but deep down she knew he was right. Still, she did nothing to change, and that was her biggest mistake.